I was born on 16th night, 17th morning at 4:46 in the year 1937. That is the day Kaveri Sankramana day, when it was the Muhurta time also. That is what my mother was always telling me.
Every once in a while, we come across a story that inspires us. A story that re-establishes our belief in commitment, hard work, perseverance, faith, and love for humanity. This is one such story.
Discipline, then character and hard work. These three things were very important for me to come up in life.
The year 2024. An 86-year-old Raghavendra Rao begins the day with a routine he has been following for the last 60-odd years. A routine that helped him build one of the fastest growing educational institutions in South India. His life has been nothing short of a fairy tale. His success story has all the ingredients to motivate one to pursue one's dreams. And to appreciate the journey, one needs to travel back in time. Raghavendra Rao was born to a humble family in Pejamangur village in Benagal, Udupi Taluk, near Mangaluru in southern India. The second of the four siblings, Raghavendra Rao spent his early days with his grandfather before he moved to Mangalore for his schooling. His early influencers were his parents, Shama Rao and Indiramma. His learning from them would be his biggest asset in dealing with situations for the rest of his life.
God has given me such nice parents.
Growing up, young Raghavendra Rao's schooling took place under the watchful eyes of his father, who was also the head of the very school he studied. Though an above-average student, Raghavendra Rao's health left much to be desired.
When I was studying 10th standard, I think in sometime in September, I got typhoid fever. At that time it was a very dangerous fever, and I had the fever for about 28 days. Then after it subsided, I think another 15 days I was taking rest. Meanwhile, one day, of course at that time food restriction was there. It's like that I had to discontinue that year. I could not attend the class.
Raghavendra Rao had to move to Mangaluru and later to Udupi to pursue college studies.
And in this public examination, the second PUC, I lost mathematics.
It was during his second year of PUC, then called intermediate, young Raghavendra Rao failed in his mathematics exam. It was to define the course of his future.
My uncle, my father's younger brother, had a gift store, cutlery shop in Coimbatore known as Ideal Stores. He wrote to my father to send me there to work with him as a salesman.
It was in Coimbatore that Raghavendra Rao learnt the basics of business.
I got lot of experience as a salesman how to do business and all that. I was thinking that I should start a shop like that only.
At the end of 6 months, he had taken a decision.
In the month of May, I said I am going home and coming back. I told my uncle like that only. He said okay. He gave me 100 rupees.
The search for the ideal place to set up business began.
With that 100 rupees, I went to Salem, stayed there for one day, went round the city. Then Erode, I went there also stayed for a day. Then I went to Kadalur, I stayed for a day. Then Pondicherry I stayed for 3 days. Then came back to Madras, stayed for a day. Bangalore, stayed for a day. I was searching where I can set up a shop.
But common sense prevailed and it was back to Udupi.
Meanwhile, I thought that setting up a business and establishing it, it will take time. Why should I do that? I study only, continue my studies. Came back and again joined MGM College, BCom course.
The question after his graduation was, what next?
Many of my friends, my mother said that you must do CA.
The choice was now between finding a job or getting on with the CA apprenticeship.
Meanwhile, I got a job in LIC, saying job offer from LIC. That is 75 rupees salary and then 65 rupees D or something, 140 rupees total salary. But I was not very excited with the job, because clerical job, why should I join?
The decision was made.
My father said, CA, how can you complete and all those things. At that time, many people who have joined CA from our family, known circle, they could not complete CA and married and settled in life without CA. But meanwhile, I had written a letter, postcard, to one very leading chartered accountant of Mangalore at that time, Umanath Rao, asking whether there is a seat and whether I can come and join him. And I thought that it's my luck that I got a seat there.
Soon, Raghavendra Rao proved worthy of the trust placed in him.
All important work, income tax work, everything I used to do it, and without any remuneration or without any payment. At 8:39 I used to go to the office. I used to work as an apprentice until 8 o'clock in the night, and later on I used to take file and work until 2 o'clock in the night, so that everything is completed in time.
Mr. Umanath Rao was so impressed by his dedication to work that he even offered him a partnership in his firm.
Later on, his son came and joined articles. But he did not speak about the partnership thereafterwards for about 6 months. Then I asked him, "Sir, what shall I do? There is an offer now. One premises is available here only in this last room. Can I start sales tax in the part-time? In the evening, after leaving this office, I will go there. Morning, by 7 o'clock, I will go there, finish and come here at 9 o'clock. He said, it is very difficult to practice like that, so many things he said, but he permitted me.
Another thing is, here business community is all Konkanis and these things. Our community, business people very less. So, practice ಆಗ್ತದಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ. I told my eldest brother, why don't you get a small place, this place of that part of the building for his auditing. So he said that let us try. Then he talked to them and this thing. They immediately agreed.
Raghavendra Rao was by now a certified chartered accountant. It was time to go independent. And that was the start of A. Raghavendra Rao and Associates. But the arrangement was not to last long.
I had one clerk also. I have appointed one clerk because daytime I was not here. So when he used to be there here until I come in the evening. One day I had to come at 11 o'clock in the morning. Suddenly I had to come. When I came, the office was closed. He was with him. He was not there at all. Every day then afterwards I came to know that when I leave the office in the morning, he also used to leave and come just before my coming.
Amidst all this, there were celebrations on the personal front. Raghavendra Rao had married Vijayalakshmi, who also happened to be his first cousin.
We knew her since young age also. That is a different thing. As cousins, we liked each other. Every now and then her father was coming to our house because he was my mother's elder brother only. So he was coming to our house with the children. All those things, the good connection, good link was there. That affection was there.
ಅವ್ರು ಅಷ್ಟು ರಿಚ್ ನಾವು ಅಷ್ಟು ರಿಚ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಅದು ಹುಡುಗನ ಅಪ್ಪ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನನ್ನ ಗಂಡ ಹೇಳಿದರು, ನಾವು ರಿಚ್ ನಾವು ಹುಡುಗ ಒಳ್ಳೆದಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಮಾತರು ಅಂತ.
It was an arranged marriage, but little did anyone know that they had secretly liked each other from way before.
I think both of them had an idea of marrying each other, and fortunately God blessed them.
It is a arranged marriage, but it is a love marriage also.
See, she used to come to our house at Balal Bagh before marriage, and myself, my brother and she used to go outside on Sunday evening, and after some time they used to get separate from me and go somewhere else and return after so many hours. I don't know what they were doing.
ಅವರಿಬ್ರು ಯಾಕೆ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ.
62 for his anniversary, first anniversary, I had gone to my grandfather's house where my present wife was also there. There, somehow or other, I think love sprouted, but nothing happened there for 3 years. Then in 64, marriage took place.
The year between 1964 to 1980 were the foundation years in the life of Raghavendra Rao. It was a slow start.
One sales tax case had come to me. Every day 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock he used to come and discuss with me about his case. But the case involved only some 300 or 400 rupees. Nothing else. I said it is nothing, we'll solve it. But he was daily coming and troubling me, and that was my first party. I could not ignore him also. Then his case came up for hearing. I won the case, and after winning the case, after working for 1 month, he had given me 10 rupees. I received like this. That was my first fees I received.
But soon his career graph was on the upswing.
For the first time I handled a revision petition. At that time, one Kashi Vishwanath Pillai was the chief commissioner. He said, yes, you are right, allowed all the things. And when I came back, the refund received at that time, that is in 67, 68,000 rupees wealth tax return refund was their highest. And immediately party, I did not bill him, he came and gave me 7,500 rupees, which I did not expect a collection for the entire year.
He was sought after by a number of clients.
I started giving very satisfactory service to the clients. I was not bothered about the fees at all.
And soon his reputation as a dedicated and competent chartered accountant spread across the city.
The satisfactory service paid me very rich dividend.
He came to be known as Auditor Raghavendra Rao, and today the letters CA prefix his name as initials.
I did not look back afterwards.
Even as his career took off, his personal life had its share of joyous moments. His daughter Padmini was born in 1965 and his son Srinivas in 1967.
I was very happy when I came to know that I got my first daughter. And according to our religious belief also, first child should be a daughter only. Because after doing Kanyadana, you must take a Kanyadana.
ಅವರು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಎಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡಲೇ ತಂದು ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರು.
See, he used to accompany us, he used to play with us, and every Sunday he used to play cricket with us.
During the late 70s, an accidental meeting with a stranger during a friend's daughter's wedding was to change the very course of his life.
Next to me, there was an Oriental Insurance Company branch manager was sitting. He asked me whether I am interested in purchasing a land in Pankata, the year only. Then I said, okay, what's the price? I said, well, if the land is there, I am not interested, but if you are intent selling, I will try to find out. He said, no, because others have come, they are giving me unaccounted money, I want in account only. I said, oh, what's the price? Then he said about, I think, 1.5 lakhs or something like that. I said, okay, give me 3 months time, I will buy it from you, he said. He gave oral assurance. He came after 3 months, executed the sale deed, and that is where we have got the Srinivas Hotel.
The Srinivas Hotel was inaugurated in 1980 and soon became a landmark in the city of Mangaluru. And incidentally, the hotel would go on to play a big part in all that was to happen in the future.
And to start the hotel, my co-brother, my wife's elder sister's husband, Krishnamurthy, they had a hotel in Ballari and Madras. So he came and helped me. He set up the hotel for me. 15 days he stayed, and once in a month for some 3-4 months he was coming and supervised and gave me the advice, and thereafterwards it was running very smoothly.
The first tariff was double occupancy was 60 rupees, single was 45 rupees. This was the first room rent we started with, and our coffee was 1 rupee. That time when we started 1 rupee, the public was under the reason we are charging very exorbitant. So they were rating our restaurant as a very expensive hotel because the coffee was 1 rupee.
The years between 1980 and 1988 were about mixed experiences. On one hand, he was dealing with the teething problems of the hotel, and on the other, managing his fast-growing CA practice.
Morning 6 o'clock I used to come to the hotel, work until 9 o'clock or 9:30 there, see that all the services are maintained well, customer who comes to the hotel gets the best service, and then go home, take my breakfast at home, then come to the office. Then again 6 o'clock I used to go back to the hotel, and there I used to be there until 10 o'clock. My wife also used to come, my children also used to be with me. Until 10 o'clock we used to be, I was standing in the reception only to give the best service to the customer so that business picks up. That was my idea.
Raghavendra Rao was soon invited to be on board various organizations. These positions in turn created opportunities for him to meet people and interact with individuals in high places. Sometimes that was to influence his journey ahead.
In 1984, I was elected as the secretary of the Kendra Chamber of Commerce. Meanwhile, in 1979, I was elected as the member of the Regional Council of the Institute of Chartered Accountants in Madras. That was for the first time a member of Chartered Accountant member outside Bangalore city in Karnataka was elected to that body. And I am the first person to be elected from Mangalore or this district, and that record is not broken till date. Even though many people contested, nobody won.
Just as when things were settling down, another opportunity landed on his lap.
I was very close to the Vice Chancellor. One day he asked me, his son had come from England. He said, I want to give a dinner to my son who has come from England. A pure vegetarian dinner I want, he said. I said, you send him to my hotel and he can have a nice dinner. Then he said, no, I will also come with him. If you can join, I will be very happy, he said. I said, I will join. So we took food at 8 o'clock in the evening. Then I said, I will show you the sea, because he has come from England. I took him to the 6th floor at that time. And when we went up, as the lift went up, all the 3 floors were vacant, only slabs were put on it, it was not finished. Then he asked, why did you not finish this one? I said, mine is pure vegetarian hotel and no bar. Mangalore is a place wherein non-vegetarian is required and bar also is required to get the business. And then in that case only there will be good business in the restaurant. Then he said, why don't you start a hotel management college? I said, if you permit me, I can start.
The first hotel management college in Mangaluru was set up.
At that time, we were the first college offering a degree program in hotel management in the entire India. Prior to that, only diploma was available. In entire India, Mangalore University was pioneer in starting the hotel management college, and we were the first college to give the hotel management degree.
This was the beginning of the A. Shama Rao Foundation group of colleges and the birth of the Srinivas group, which now consisted of a CA practice, a hotel business, and a bunch of educational institutions.
He has given more respect for his elders, that is his father, Shama Rao. He gave the name as A. Shama Foundation.
The next decade and a half was possibly the golden period of the group. The educational institutions were now spread across 3 campuses and were offering over 60 courses.
This 88 I started hotel management, 92 physiotherapy, 2000 MBA college, and thereafterwards I did not look back. One after another into colleges I started nursing, engineering, pharmacy. Like that only I went on.
And on the personal side, Raghavendra Rao had turned grandfather. He now had 4 grandchildren to dote upon. The icing on the cake, though, was the setting up of the College of Medical Sciences and the hospital, which is mandatory with any medical college.
My mother used to ask him, you have started engineering college, the pharmacy college, the hotel management college, why did you start a medical college? Now he says, the mother would have been very happy if you were alive to see this medical college.
We were able to start a medical college within 1 year once we planned that yes, we have to do right from foundation to the permission. 1 year, 1 month we got the permission.
Setting up the medical college, I think that was his dream for the longest time. It was like a crown jewel for the group.
But there was more to look forward to.
In 2013, I think it was March 1st, this tribunal was not sitting. I was not informed about the leave availed by the members or that day, and the sitting was cancelled. I was not aware. So I thought, well, my flight is evening at 7 o'clock, what to do? There was no time. I thought that I will go to Rajiv Gandhi University and meet the Vice Chancellor, because I had not met him for a pretty long time. So when I went there, he received me very cordially. He spent not less than about 2.5 to 3 hours with me. He took lunch with me only in his private chamber. Then he asked, why don't you study university? I said, university, it's a headache, why should I? Only he prevailed on me. I think for 1 hour he gave me lecture, you start the university, and this is the proper time.
The Srinivas University was the crowning glory in a list of achievements of Raghavendra Rao.
The university started having its own courses, all job-oriented courses, and now I think every year we will be able to give a degree, professional degree, to not less than about 4,000 people. My feeling is, when a degree is given to them, professional degree, and when they get the real job, we are feeding not less than 10 members of their family. See, with this understanding only, I started only skill-developed, job-oriented courses.
Looking back, it is not the success that defines him, but his resilience towards fighting the odds against him that one admires him for.
People might think that he has accumulated in a very smooth way. It was just a joyride for him. Not at all.
The early days were a struggle against finances.
My father was not receiving the full salary, whatever he used to sign. With all the little meager amount he was getting, he was able to educate me, educate my brother for MBBS, and another brother for B.Pharm.
Actually, at that time, there was no even electricity. At that, I do not know how Raghavendra Rao completed. See,
myself and my second brother, Sadhana, we say, we used to go to the office, open the office, and get the newspaper and go and sell it in Shankarpura, 1 mile from Inanje, and give the money to my eldest brother, Raghavendra Rao, for the pocket money. Because we never used to get pocket money at that time, nearly 70 years ago. So we used to collect money like this.
The initial days after starting the hotel were traumatic.
I remember that challenge also because I was a kid at maybe around 10 years or so, 10 or 11 years or so. And I know what was happening there.
There were about 9 tenants in that land, small tenants, and all vacated by taking a small amount. But one person, he was very notorious, he said, what can Raghavendra Rao do by sitting in his office? He can do nothing. I said, yes, I can do nothing. But he did not know. I had proceeded against the true tenant of that land and filed a case in the court, got the eviction order, and came with the police and about 300 people and demolished the entire building.
he ran into financial issues to begin with.
For about 3-4 years, my daily sales was about 400 rupees. And on Thursday, it used to reach 600 rupees. On that day, yesterday you interviewed one manager, isn't it? He used to come, sir, today is 600 rupees. But he did not know. He was only a manager worker. He did not know. My consumption of the material for staff and sales is 1500 rupees. My interest commitment for that day, 1 day's interest commitment is 7500 rupees. Salary is about 3000 rupees per day. See, all these things expenditure he did not know. And that was the worst period of finance for me.
ಸಂಪಾದನೆ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಹೋಟ್ಲಾಗ, ತುಂಬ ಸಾಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಆ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ. ಇಡೀ ದಿವಸ ಇಡೀ ತಲೆ ಬಿಸಿ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡಿತ್ತು. ರಾತ್ರಿ 12 ಗಂಟೆವರೆಗೆ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಎದ್ದ ಮೇಲೆ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಇವತ್ತಿಷ್ಟು ಬಡ್ಡಿ ಕಟ್ಟಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಡ್ಡಿ ಕಟ್ಟಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ನೋಡಿದ್ರು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ತಲೆ ಬಿಸಿ 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 ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತು.
I was there in the reception. During my vacation time, I was handling the reception alone. And of course the telephone operation, that time it was a PBX board. I used to handle that also. And I was looking at over in the restaurant also. Both reception, housekeeping, restaurant. During my vacation I used to support him. And I used to know what exactly was the debt. What was our debt and what was the interest. Everything I used to know at that time only.
In spite of all the difficulties, I paid all my installments, interest in time. And from on KS50 loan, I availed the concession also.
Then there were labor issues to deal with.
Within 3 months of starting the hotel, there was a union movement staff. At that time, this Congress union in Mangalore was very particular in closing down all the hotels. So that union peeped into my hotel also, and they started the sit-down strike in the hostel. Then at that time I was very vigilant, very strict also. I sent stop food to them, water, everything. Nothing will be given, and I went to the police station, and SP, I talked to SP. He said that immediately he sent to the Bandar police station sub-inspector and took all them to position.
And then the cardiac incident.
He had a mild heart attack. And I was still in college, and my brother was younger to me. And at that time, he was advised bed rest for almost a month. So at that time, I did feel, but I didn't have the courage to tell him not to go ahead with whatever he's doing. But we were not, my mother and I, we were going to the hotel, taking care of it, and office was taken care of by his secretary. Certain things we wouldn't discuss with him when we come back home, because we didn't want him to take any stress.
In 2011, things took a very frightful turn. The license for the medical college was revoked.
First 2-3 years there was no problem. 4th year there was a change in the board management there, in the council. There was a different interpretation. The inspection was done in a different way, and arbitrarily we lost the permission. For 2 years we didn't get permission. With the zero revenue, crores of rupees salary and maintenance per month, we had to manage the show, added to the interest cost.
It meant that the medical college or the hospital could not function. Everyone went through a harrowing time. For 2 years, the hospital was shut down.
We all were tense. Of course, he was also tense. But the way he handled, and he took all of us in under his feather, and don't worry, things will be taken care.
ತುಂಬ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಆಗುವಾಗಲೇ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಕೂಡ ಇಡೀ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಟೀಮ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೊಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಗಲ್ ಡೇಸ್ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ.
Oh, there was a time when one inspection went on, supposed to get over, starting at 9, finishing at 5. Spilled to 10 o'clock in the night, we took a dinner break, went on to 12 in the night, we took a coffee break. I was to leave at about 9 o'clock back to Bangalore. I cancelled my flight. Then it went on till 4 in the morning. All of us were awake. Okay? We were all fine. But can you imagine a 60-70 plus person directly in the firing line having the stress of not having the inspection coming through?
ಸಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗೇ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರೇ ಇದಾದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ನಮ್ಮ ಎದುರುಗಡೆ ಯಾವುದು ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ.
All this took a toll on his health.
I got a call from Shrikant. He said, "Sir is having a little bit of chest pain." But he was not ready to accept that he has chest pain. Sir was very sick. That time he told me, "No, don't take me to the hospital. Whatever it is, you give the injection." He didn't agree to come. We just took him and put him in the stretcher and straight we took him to the hospital.
ಎಂಥ ಹುಷಾರಿಲ್ಲದ ಸಮೇತ ಅವ್ರು ಬಾಯ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೇಳೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಭಾರಿ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೆ ಹಾಗಾಗ್ತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಾಗ್ತದೆ, ನಾವೇ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು. ಹೌದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಉಂಟು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಹೊರತು ಎಂತ ನನಗೊಂದು ಚಾಕ್ರಿ ಮಾಡು ನಂದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಅವರಾಗೆ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಾತ್ರೂಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಅವ್ರು ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ 1-2 ಸಲ. ಹಾಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಂಥ ಕಷ್ಟ ಹೇಳೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ.
I was like forcing him to take rest. I even told him, I even threatened him that I will lock you in one room because he was refusing to take rest. He wanted to go and work.
Raghavendra Rao survived all that was thrown at him almost unscathed. It seemed that he was destined to be what he is today.
Every morning, one Nakshatrika, by Nakshatrika, he was bringing Tirtha from Narasimha temple, Saligram Narasimha temple, he was taking home. On the way, he used to give it to my mother and go. And he had some special power. On every Friday, goddess used to come on him and he used to predict things.
Believe me, that astrologer said, your son will not only complete chartered accountant, he will be an Annadata, he will be a Vidyadata, and he will be a Raktanidhi Data.
Over the years, the prophecy seems to have come true.
ಅವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ 3 ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡಬಲ್ಲೆ ನಾನು. ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಅನ್ನಕ್ಕೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಇದ್ದಂಥ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹಾಗೆ ಅವರು ನನಗೆ ಅನ್ನದಾತರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎರಡನೇದಾಗಿ ಗುರು, ಮೂರನೇದಾಗಿ ತೀರ್ಥರೂಪರು.
Destiny seems to have played a role in the crucial points of his life. His failure in the mathematics exam in the second PUC, his attending a wedding in Mumbai, the Vice Chancellor along with his son visiting his hotel to have vegetarian food, the tribunal cancelling its meeting and not informing Raghavendra Rao. Each of these incidents led to a turn in the road that defines what he is today.
See, in my case, education, it was luck only. Because when the Vice Chancellor asked me, why don't you start a hotel management course? I said, if you permit me, immediately I said, it is luck. Or else, probably my normal nature is, I will examine, I would have said. I did not say that. I said, if you permit me, I will do it.
To the world, he is a successful chartered accountant, the president of the Srinivas Group, and the chancellor of a prestigious university. But apart from being a professional, he is a human with a heart of gold. He is a respectful son, a loving husband, a caring father, a doting grandfather, a proud great-grandfather, a friend in need, a motivating leader, and above all, a family person by heart.
He used to tell me, you and Srinivas are my 2 eyes. So he didn't differentiate between the 2 of us.
ಅವರು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಬೈದದ್ದು ನಾನು ನೋಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಕ್ಕನಿಗೆ ನೀನು ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ನನಗೆ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಬಂದಂಗಾಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದೇ ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೆ ಭಾವನ ಹತ್ರ.
ಅಣ್ಣನಿಗೆ ಹೆಂಡತಿನೂ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇವ್ರು ಬೇಡ ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇವ್ರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಬೇಡ ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ.
During my graduation course, we never used to wear pants. We used to wear dhotis only. And chappals, or without chappals, we used to go to the graduation course. And at that time, I had a botanical tour in Kodaikanal and as well as Rameshwaram. So at the time, I didn't have pan. He was doing his CA at that time from Mangalore, and he has sent his pant, shirt, and little pocket money also for my travel. Such is the effect that he had.
He always tells, you treat, even if you treat your wife well, then all the others, even the public, will treat your wife also with that same respect.
As a grandfather, he is loving.
Yeah, he used to pamper us very much.
Every time he sees me, he says, "Konda pui."
with the tree being stretched out, which basically means adorable grandchild.
Even though he is a very big man now, I am only a small man, insignificant. Still, he loves me well, which I never expected.
ನಾನು ಇವರದೇ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಗ ನಾನು ಎಂತ ಮಾಡೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನಮಗೆ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ನೋಡಿ ಕೂಡ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಂಥದ್ದು ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಎಂಥದ್ದೊಂದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ. ನನಗೆ ಪಕ್ಕ ತಲೆಗೆ ಹೋಯಿತು. ರಾಘವೇಂದ್ರ ಹೇಳುವ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡುವ, ಅವರು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಸಿ ಇದ್ದರು. ಆಗ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಅವರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅವರ ಮಗ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ಮತ್ತೊಬ್ಬರನ್ನು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಡ್ರೈವರ್ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು 2 ಕಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ.
When you grow, I grow. When you are happy, I am happy. He never say that I. He always say we.
Probably every place you can work, but he gives you that freedom. He empowers you to do things.
ನಮಗೆ ಅವರು ಆಫೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು, ಗೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು, ಅದೇ ನಮಗೆ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹ ಅದು ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿತ್ತು.
ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲವು ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಅದು ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನು ನೀವು ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡಿ, ಆಲೋಚನೆಗಳು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಹೊಸ ಹೊಸದು ಅಂಥದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Absolutely devoted as a family person.
After all, what is family is life? It's adjustment of certain things, and we believe in adjustment.
Today the question on everybody's mind is, so what drives him at the age of 86? How does he manage to dream on? Where does he get the energy from? The answer seems to be faith. Call it religion or spirituality, but Raghavendra Rao's steadfast belief in a higher power is the driving force behind his actions.
It is spiritual is there because daily night minimum 2 hours I pray. Midnight at 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock, that is my habit.
No occasion is complete without the blessings of his parents, his house deity, or the spiritual leaders. Success, they say, is relative. But in the case of Raghavendra Rao, success seems to be a derivative of a purpose. For him, philanthropy begins amongst his near and dear ones.
ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಈಗಲೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಅವರೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ನನ್ನ ಗಂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಮದುವೆಗೂ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮನೆ ಕಟ್ಟೋಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ನನ್ನ ತಾಯಿದು ಆಪ್ರೇಷನ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಹುಷಾರಿಲ್ಲದೆಯಿಂದನೂ ನನ್ನ ತಾಯಿನ ಅವ್ರು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬಂದು ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು, ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಗೆಲ್ಲ ಅವರೇ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು, ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದನೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು.
Some poor patients who cannot afford the treatment come to the hospitals. Sir says, you waive off the charges.
He gives the fees discount or scholarships to that students, financially weaker students.
ಮಕ್ಕಳ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಶುಲ್ಕ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಫ್ರೀ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಸೀಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ನಮಗೆ ಮದುವೆಗೆಲ್ಲ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್.
ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಮದುವೆಗೆ ಒಂದು 50,000 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು 19 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ನಾನು ಒಂದು 99% ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
He believes in education for all, so I can't put it in one word, but I think his whole concept of running the institution is more of a philanthropic vision than a business per se. I mean, he prefers to, even if he can price a particular course higher, he'd rather choose to keep it low so that more people can afford it.
His contributions towards temples are his way of providing space for people to find peace and hope from within.
I asked him, why do you do so many homas and pujas and everything? So once he told me, see, there are a lot of purohits, a lot of people who want to do all these, who run these kind of things. And if we don't conduct such things, they don't have a livelihood. So I'm basically also supporting their family and their livelihood by doing such pujas and homas, and of course it gives me peace of mind.
Dr. C.A. Raghavendra Rao is revered today for his achievements, but there is a side to him that very few are aware of. He is a storyteller.
Every night he used to tell us bedtime stories. Basically only 3 stories. Every day he used to repeat the same stories, and we used to listen to it as if we were listening for the first time.
Basically, anytime the crow would come inside, he would basically scream, saying "ooh" and all.
He is a dancer.
There was this song that used to come on the television, some theme song of some serial, and he and I used to dance for that. It was the louder with the, and he and I used to dance together with that song. And yeah, I think that is one of the first memories. I think there are a few videos still showing us dancing with that.
During my wedding, yeah, we had to go to Udupi from here. Of course, at that time we had our education institution. We went in a big bus also was there. Our staff were also there. Many cars from here. We started from here and we went to Udupi. During that time, in the Bharat, my father and my mother, they danced and they were inside.
I don't know which occasion it was. It was a college function. I think the staff of the college held a small get-together of all the members as a cultural thing. All right. So we were all guests of honor. We were all sitting in the front. Then finally, what happened was in one of the sequences, there was a dance program on stage. All right. Some pantomime was going on. Some dance was going on, and they were dancing like crazy. Then all of us are looking very prim and sitting in the front row and clapping, saying good. He looked around and he said, "What are you guys doing?" He just got up, went on stage, and he started dancing with the crowd. Least expected, none of us expected that. He is an avid television buff.
The TV serials, he gets so immersed. Even when he's having dinner, it is that in full blast he has to listen to that. That is all. But that is it's not irritating. It is that we want his time. We want to talk to him. That is when the serial heroines know that protagonists, they take their time, his time.
He is an actor.
He used to take part in the dramas also. I still remember. In school days also he used to take part in the dramas. And in my grandfather's house also we used to play some dramas and he used to take part in that. I used to play Sita, all those things. And he used to kind of like Hiranyakashipu or something like that.
He is a brave heart.
ಹಾಗೆ ಒಂದು ದಿವಸ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ದೀಪಾವಳಿಗೆ ತುಳಸಿ ಪೂಜೆಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇಡೀ ಮನೆ ಲೈಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೇವೆ, ದೀಪ ಹಂತಿಗೆಲ್ಲಿ ದೀಪ ಇಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ದೀಪ ಇಡುವಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಇಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ನಾವು ತುಳಸಿ ಪೂಜೆ ಆಗೋದು ಸಹ ಆ ದಿವಸ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಾಗಿಲ ಹತ್ರ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ದೀಪ ಹಂತಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಟಿತ್ತು. ಇವರು ಎಷ್ಟೋ ದೂರ ತುಳಸಿ ಕಟ್ಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ದೇವರ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು. ನಾನು ಮನೆ ಹತ್ತಿರ ಬಾಗಿಲ ಹತ್ರ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಸಡನ್ನಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಸೆರಗಿಗೆ ಬೆಂಕಿ ಹಿಡಿತು. ಆ ಹಂತಿಗೆಯಿಂದ ಬೆಂಕಿ ಹಿಡಿತು. ಇವರು ದೂರದಿಂದ ನೋಡಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಓಡಿ ಬಂದು, ಸಿನಿಮಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೀರೋ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಓಡಿ ಬಂದು ನನ್ನ ಸೀರೆ ಸೆರಗಿನ ಸಮ ಪಟಪಟ ಮಾಡಿ ಸುಮಾರು ಸೀರೆ ಹಿಡಿದಿದ್ದೆ. ಒತ್ತಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಗೆ ನುಂಗಿಸಿ ನನ್ನ ಬಚಾವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹೀರೋ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೊಂದು ನಾನು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಮರ್ತೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ.
A true advocate of women's empowerment.
ನಮ್ಮ ಅತ್ತೆ ಮಾವ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸತ್ತೋದಾಗ ಯಾರು ಹೆಂಗಸರು ಸ್ಮಶಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು. ಆದರೆ ನನ್ನ ಗಂಡ ಹಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಬನ್ನಿ ಬನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಏನು ಹೆದರಿಕೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಬನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟು ಧೈರ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು. ಆದಷ್ಟು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೆಂಗಸರು ಎದುರು ಬರೋದಂಗ ತುಂಬ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇತ್ತು ಅವರಿಗೆ.
He can recite the alphabet A to Z in the reverse order.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, 1, 2. 2, 1, Z, Y, X, W, V, U, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N, M, L, K, J, I, H, G, F, V, D, C, B, A.
He has dabbled in businesses that would surprise us.
My client wanted 8-12 gunny bags in large quantity for export of coffee to Russia from India. He said, if you can do the business, I can place the order to you only, he said. I said, okay, why not? Why not? I said. I went to Calcutta, studied the wholesale market in April. I went to the stock exchange also there. And then I started doing the business. Meanwhile, I did shares business also with one Somappa broker in Bombay. In 76, I entered the contract carriage business and transport business. So I had one service bus from here to Gangoli, it was going. I was also doing bill discounting business. I was very busy chartered accountant, but with all that I used to find time for this also.
The fact that he organized the first of its kind global Sanskrit conference to promote the language and its epic teachings proves his desire to uphold the Indian culture, tradition and languages.
The country's system, tradition, it retains its character finally. Nobody can spoil it.
Over the years, he has received many awards, including being honored with an honorary doctorate. But if one was to look at his true reward, it would possibly be the goodwill that he has amassed amongst the people. A true testimony to one's sincere deeds.
Mr. RAGHAVENDRA RAO, he is my role model.
God made us together till lifetime.
ನಾನು ಇದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ ಎಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ. ಅವರನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ ಎಂಥದ್ದು ತೋರಿಸೋದು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ.
If there is a second Janma, I would like to be his brother only in the second Janma also.
He is a unique person by himself.
ನನ್ನ ಗಂಡ ಅಂತ ದೇವ್ರಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಮತ್ತೆಂತ ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಾಗಿದ್ದು ನನಗೆ, ಇಲ್ಲದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಈ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಧ್ಯವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇತ್ತು.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದೇ ನನಗೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ.
You know, the only thing we'll like to have is like, you know, even if I retire from or stop working in the organization, the only request we'll have is we'll want the freedom to visit the campuses or this thing as long as we can physically.
ಕೆಲಸ ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಮೇಲೇನು ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆ ಸೇರಿದ್ದೆ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಸಹ ಹೋದ ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫ್ರೀ ಕೊಡಿಸಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಯಿಂದ. ಐ ನೆವರ್ ಫರ್ಗೆಟ್. ನಾನು ಸಾಯೋವರೆಗೂ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಮರೀಲಿಲ್ಲ.
Looking back, one realizes that every step of his success was earned. He has silenced his critics. And through it all, he has stayed true to his vision and mission depicted in his group's logo.
Samagra Jnana. Samagra Jnana means it is Galapi Veda. Entire world's knowledge will be covered. For education, there is no limit at all. And G means galloping horse. Galloping horse means Hayagriva. That is the person who has given us Veda.
His humility is there for all to see. He never goes back on his laurels and says, I did this, I did that. He says, no, inadequate, I should do some more. Time is running against me, I got a lot of things to do.
I don't think any man, any person, not only man, any man or woman who's created something so great can remain so down to earth.
Okay, he behaves like a patient. He never shows that I'm the chairman of the organization. He'll tell, ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದೆ, ನನಗೆ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡು.
Cert cells. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರೇ, he doesn't say ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ.
And beyond that, there is so much to know about him.
He is the character who will never do things which is out of his character.
ನನ್ನ ಗಂಡ ತುಂಬ ಧೈರ್ಯವರು, ಎಂಥದೇ ಆದ್ರೂ ಸಮೇತ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಹಿಡ್ದಾದ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡದೆ ಬಿಡುವುದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ಯಾವಾಗಲಾಗೆ.
Either he does not show his sadness or I've not seen it.
He is a very jovial person. He is very charismatic.
Raghavendra is a very romantic person. He loves his wife so much.
He is a bundle of knowledge.
Work, work, work. Always says that, you know, why can't something be done? Instead of thinking that it may not be possible, success or failure, we'll think of it later, but let us do it.
He is a lesson to all entrepreneurs how to start with, because he started with not much with capital and all. And ಮನುಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕುಂಟು, ಹಸಿವು ಮತ್ತು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಹಠ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು.
He believes people. That is one of his strength as well as weakness.
ಅವರಿಗೆ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಒಂದು ಮೇನ್ ಅವರದ್ದು.
Believe me, he can move mountains if he wants to. He has that capacity.
My grandfather as an individual is very brave.
A very down-to-earth person. Single-handedly, he's come up in life.
He is a friend, philosopher, guide and as well as a mentor to me.
ಅವರಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ದೇವರಿದ್ದಾಗೆ ಸರ್. He has got his own ethics, values and discipline. and added to that, he achieves whatever he wants to it.
Today, the Srinivas Group boasts of over 16,000 students spread over 7 educational campuses, including 2 in Bengaluru, offering over 100 courses. 3 hotels catering to different sections of society. A 1,000-bedded multi-speciality hospital. Chartered accountancy offices servicing hundreds of clients across 3 cities. And this seems to be just the beginning. The chronicles of the life of a visionary are more than incidents.
And success can be viewed from different, sometimes by finance, sometimes by the total image it creates.
They are sources of inspiration for generations to come.
What we study in the college is only a foundation, laying the foundation stone only. But superstructure, it is in our hand when we enter the practical field.
It is these experiences that bring forth the words of wisdom.
I always say, work hard, go up in the ladder, and every dream will be success provided you are honest about your dream.
Words that can influence each of our lives.
If you have a dream to reach the sky, certainly with your honest effort you will go beyond the tree at least.
Today, watching the visionary himself, one wonders what he must be feeling looking back.
My success? Lord, Srinivasa.
But one thing for sure, he can be proud of the fact that he lives by the moral values that he has set for himself.
To grow in life, you must have a lot of common sense, which is very uncommon in many people.
And that he has been a positive catalyst in the lives of all those he has touched.
It is positive thinking changes the man, changes the fate of a man.
He has, after all, dared to dream and worked towards achieving it.
When you really, it was a true love, it will happen. True dream, it should happen. Parents are God for us. I think always about the prospects of the project. Failure, there should not be failure at all according to me. That is not there in my dictionary. Customers are our God. See, you always think there are so many people above me. Let's say forget about it. But so many people are below us. So God has helped me very much. I always say, you take care of the gun, gun will take care of you. For me, nothing, I tell you. I want the institution to grow. It is not my growth I am thinking. I am speaking about the institution. University should survive hundreds of years. That should give employment to so many thousands of people. That should create so many good engineers, good doctors, good managing experts. All these things is my goal only, I tell you. That if that is done, that is my satisfaction. Wherever I am, whether here or somewhere else.